Welcome to Keeping It Real, where we talk business, money, and mindset.
Today's episode is extra special. That's why it needs its own intro, okay, guys? Because today I brought on my mentor, Brandon Carter, into the podcast. And overall, guys, I'm recording this after the podcast, and the podcast overall was amazing. He talked about just winning, no matter what circumstances you're on. He just gave so much tips and knowledge that has helped me so much in life, and I was just grateful that he shared it with you. And for those of you that do not know Brandon Carter, he's a best-selling author. He's a fitness entrepreneur, CEO of fitness brands. He's done some. He's been a model for like Puma, Nike. Like, honestly, I can go all day talking about what he's done, but you guys can just Google his name and see how much of a boss he is. But overall, I had to bring my mentor on because this dude changed my life. Okay, let me tell you how this whole journey of me watching him on YouTube and how we connected came about. But basically, I used to play a lot of basketball, and he had a video called Hit Basketball Training. I randomly clicked on it, and then I remember I kept on getting his mindset videos recommended. So I started watching it, and it felt like I found like a whole new way of life because I was learning so much about mindset, how to approach life, reading books, this, that, or whatever. And basically all I did was binge watch his videos the whole summer, took my health seriously, took fitness seriously, and started reading books. And through that journey, he's been in online marketing as well. So he's actually we talk about this, but he put me onto email marketing, guys. Like, he's the one that put me onto email marketing back in 2017. So it's crazy to see the journey from there to now, and just the different things he's helped me with, whether it be just, us meeting into the reason that people actually ask me how I got the name Splashman, and this is how actually. So Splashman is my PSN. Brandon just loved the name Splashman because I used to ask a lot of questions, on his Q&A videos, and then he just really liked the name, and he knew me as Splashman, but he didn't know me as a person. And when we met in real life and he realized that I was doing business and he saw potential in me, he decided to help me out a lot. I invested in his mentorship, and we're here now, right? So I don't know, guys. I am so excited for you guys to just indulge in this. I would really suggest you guys write notes because I learned a lot during this podcast. I was writing down stuff while he was talking, you know what I mean? And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast and enjoy the episode. All right, perfect. Brandon, welcome to the podcast.
Let's go.
I'm especially excited because the reason I started listening to podcasts was because of you. Because I remember when you put your YouTube videos on the podcast. I remember on the walk home, I used to listen to them, or you and Greg. That's literally how I started listening to podcasts.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. We out here, man. I'm so proud of you, Splash, man.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you, man, because I remember you. How old were you met, Splash, man?
16. It was 2016, I believe. I know it is 2016, November 12th. I know the dates.
November 12th, man. And we met in used to always comment. We thought you had a funny name, Splash, man. And it was I did an event in Toronto. We became cool, man. And we started, he had a friendship, mentorship type relationship, man. And if I'm not mistaken, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. I put you on to the email marketing.
Oh yeah, no. Credit
Let's go. Let's go.
Hashtag law number 1, credit where it's due.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. There's no way if I didn't pay extra for that dinner that night because the dinner we had in 2016 in Toronto, I remember I asked you what's the best email marketing software, and because I was doing drop shipping then, and you said, "Oh, we use Klaviyo. It's way better." And then I remember that's how I learned about Klaviyo and the actual skill itself. I think you got me a client for a store, and then you do the emails. I'm like, oh, I don't know much, and then you're like, yo, here's how you do it. And
come on, man, put you on. Let's go. Let's go.
No. Law number 1, I'll credit where credit's due. You put me
Let's go, Splash, man.
A lot of things, I credit a lot of my success in life to you. You know what I mean? Credit life is.
Thank you, Splash, man. It's like a weird thing, man. It's like I get a rush, when people I mentor, man, when they go off and be successful.
Right. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
Just the start, man. This is the start. What you buy your daddy a car last year?
Yeah, that was last year, man.
That was last.
What happened this year?
Oh shit! I'm bringing a bullshit. You got your own place. You got your own. You moved out your mama's house. Got your own place next to Drake. You can see Drake's house.
Yeah, I can see Drake's penthouse from right here.
Drake's penthouse from there, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. 19.
Come on, man.
Come on. All right. So before we even get into the business mindset stuff, I'm genuinely curious. Your thoughts on The Last Dance.
The Last Dance. Oh, it was lit. You know what I'm saying? This is everything I expected it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, I am a Michael Jordan stan from like,
right.
You got to remember Splashman. I grew up in Chicago during the 90s in the Jordan era. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember when they lost to the Pistons. Yo, real shit. I think I cried one of them times because I was a child. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was a child. You know, I put my G.I. Joes down and cried. You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy. But I think this documentary kind of proved that, you know what? Jordan's it was different. He's different.
This is different. It's levels to this shit.
There's level. Like my wallpaper, people can't see it. It literally says there's levels to this shit.
Levels to this shit.
There's levels to this shit. I always got to remind myself there's levels to this shit.
Levels to this shit. And then, like his trainer, like, you know what I'm saying?
Tim Grover.
Yeah. He wrote the book Relentless, which that was a book I read at least 100 times, no exaggeration. Not because I would learn shit from it, but it made me think, I'm not a fucking man. I'm not crazy. I am a maniac, but I'm not crazy. And reading that book, that was the first time I did $1 million a year. Like the year I read that book a bunch of times, and I got Relentless tattooed on my arm. In case somebody gets it fucked up, Splash, man. In case somebody gets it fucked up.
Yeah, facts. Don't fuck with someone that has a Relentless tattooed on their arm. I think that's the last person I'm fucking with.
It's a bad decision. It's a bad decision because I've cemented my allegiance to this lifestyle, to this relentless lifestyle. Yeah. No, actually, Splashman. Yeah. So go. I'm curious. Did you read 50 Cent's new book? It's called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. I have not, but
that shit's my like new Relentless. Like that is my like. I'm gonna be listening to that probably a lot.
50. 50 read it.
50 read it. That's the only book on Audible I've ever read at normal speed or listened to at normal speed. Because 50 read it and he was telling stories about like why G Unit failed, like why he's disappointed at Lloyd Banks and like Tony. Like he just kept it real. You know, I'm
gonna fuck with it because I really like the 50th Law, but Robert Greene read the majority.
Yeah,
of it.
And then 50 just came in and just read the title.
Yeah,
I was like,
I think it's Robert Greene's best book. You know,
yeah.
I think because it's short. It's Robert's a little long-winded. Yeah.
Too long.
Let's go. This ain't the book review podcast. Let's go.
It's not. I guess
rip these motherfuckers' heads off, Splash, man.
All right. Let's start off with something that we're going through right now. I guess the quarantine, and a lot of people. There's two types of people in this quarantine.
Two types of people.
Like people like us that are gonna come out with more money, more success. More wealth, more everything, and then there's the others that don't do shit. How have you used the time and just quarantine in general, this situation to kind of benefit yourself rather than go like let it affect you in a negative way?
Yeah. Well, listen, you can't see it because this is audio, but the wallpaper on my desktop is a picture of Iron Man. Right, with he blew some up and he's walking. You know how it looks cool when a superhero blows some shit up and walks away like, it was light work. It's like that kind of picture. And the reason I picked Iron Man, Splashman, is because, in Iron Man 1, he was stuck in a cave. He was some might say he was quarantined, right? Right. Some might say he was quarantined, but he didn't just sit there and cry or just like, bitch and moan about the shit, did he? Nah. Iron Man did what? He worked on himself. He made himself better. Then I ain't seen the movie because I ain't really a nerd and shit.
So I didn't know any of this.
But I know the premise. He came out there and he was kicking ass. He came out that fucking quarantine better. He came out that isolation better. And I was like, you know what? That's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do. Every month in the quarantine, my company put up bigger numbers, man. We broke every month has been the most money we ever made. every month.
Record months.
Yeah, record month, man. Pull out the salespeople putting up record numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? I hired 4 new people. Motherfuckers is laying motherfuckers off. I hired 4 people. Come on, man. Come on, man. So every time I see somebody, an entrepreneur, lay somebody off, I think, you know what? I'm like way better than you. I'm way better than you.
There's levels to this shit.
There's levels to this shit. It's cool, man. It's cool. Everybody can win when the economy is booming, and you know what I'm saying. But only the real motherfuckers can win when it's down. You know what I'm saying? Only the strongest survive. You know what I'm saying? What did the big homie Darwin say? Survival of the fittest. But it wasn't the strongest, Splash, man. It was what he meant was the creature that can adapt, the species that can adapt will survive. So I adapt on these hoes. I 100%. Adapt on these hoes, man. Only the strongest survive.
Right, man. That's awesome.
Remember that shit. It's just like, listen, man, I don't give a fuck what happens. What we talking about? Pandemic, light work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Economic recession. You know what I'm saying? Pussy shit. What? 40 million people in America out of work, highest unemployment rate since the Great Depression. Y'all wipe my ass with those statistics. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still getting paid.
The shit can get worse, Splash, man. And I don't give a fuck. I'm going to win no matter what. I'm going to win no matter what. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm going to win.
Right.
It's kind of like when Jordan in the flu game. Oh, we got the flu still winning.
This is the flu going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So, there is a flu going on, man. You know,
Literally.
I look like, this is my flu game. Flu game.
Man, just pull up with the Jordan's ball out. So 2020, I'm assuming, has been probably the best year of one of the best years of your life, or the best so far, or how would you say? Or
a good year. But like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way to win.
Right.
I'm gonna find a way to win no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find it's better. So far, it's better than last year was the worst year of my life, but on some personal shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Still made $1 million.
Even like, it's like the flu game, man. You were literally the flu game the whole year. Still came out with $1 million. Still came out with 40 points. Just put out 40 points.
I'm gonna win no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna win no matter. There's levels to the shit. Oh shit, the actual world fucking fell apart. I'm gonna win no matter what, man. I don't give a fuck. Yo, Splash, man, I ain't even show you this. Let me show you, man.
For sure.
Let me show you some stripe shit, nigga. I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna blow you.
You guys gotta get exclusive reaction.
All right. So last year we made like it was on New Year's Eve we hit 1 million.
Oh shit!
All right, it was a photo finish.
Word.
All right, look at year to date. Look.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just under 1 million. Still got a month to go. It's not even half the year yet,
and it's only May. It's just May. We haven't even gotten started yet.
It's just May.
The whole world is falling apart. And
the whole world is falling apart. And you got to find a way to win. I don't care how bad it is. Everything's going wrong. Nope. I'm in Manhattan. I'm in the epicenter.
Yeah, the place where it's the worst.
I'm like, yo, man, light work. This shit can go fucking worse, and I'm still gonna win. I don't care.
I think a lot of people.
Relentless. Relentless. I don't know if you know this. You know what I'm saying? Relentless.
That's the lifestyle you said. You know what? I'm gonna live this.
I'm living this shit.
Yeah, I think that's something I learned from you was like focusing on like what you have control over versus what you don't. You know? Yeah. Like, and even I remember. Recently, too, this is through our DMs. I was talking about, I forgot what I was talking about. And then you said, I don't focus on anything that isn't aligned with like my goals, right? Like money. Nah. And, if it's not like that, like, I don't even want to, not even in my head.
Nah. Because, shit will try to distract you. Women will try to distract you. You know what I'm saying?
Especially the social media right now. Like, I can't even go on it without affecting my mood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, and you can always find something to be upset about.
Right, exactly.
It's part of your brain called the reticular activation system. All right, you ever seen? All right, look, when you bought your dad that car, did you start seeing that same exact car all over? Yeah.
Everywhere. I couldn't stop seeing white SUVs. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, they were there the whole time, Splashman.
Right.
It's that you noticed it. Because it's part of your brain called the reticulate. Whatever you focus on, you're going to notice more. So if you look for shit that's wrong, you'll notice it more. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, if you listen to this, I want you to think about the color red. Everyone listen. Look in the room. How much shit is red? It's probably more shit in the room that's red than you even knew, but you never thought about it because you wasn't focused on it.
Focusing on it, word.
But like when you focus on it, you'll see it. When you focus on it, you'll see it. So I focus on ways to get this motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying?
I get more money.
More money. So I can get more money. Ways to make my products better, my services better, to help my clients win more, help my clients be more successful. And I'm going to see it and I'm going to find it and I'm going to capitalize it. I focus on ways to pay my employees more money, man. You know what I'm saying? So they stay. So they don't, you know what I'm saying? So because, you know, retention equals speed, you know, they are replaceable. Don't get it fucked up. But if I have to replace them, it's like it makes it more. It like slows me down, right? So like let me keep them happy and put them in positions where they can win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Trillstein, he's gonna be on the podcast later. I just heard Trillstein, you know what I'm saying, one of my right hand mans. You know what I'm saying? My right hand man. He was like, "Yo, fun fact. Before this shit happened, he said he wanted to work remote," and I was like, all right. And I just said, fuck it, let's find a way to make it work. It's going to make you happy, right? And we got him remote before this shit. So we was already doing remote shit thanks to Trillstein. Like, you know, I'm always looking for ways to win.
Right, 100%. 100%. To the point, like, just want to touch on the reticular system one. I remember this was a lesson that you were teaching the whole team once, which is like, this is why you write your goals down. Because now you start seeing opportunities that you might have never even noticed or even thought existed. You know, but now you might see it one way or another. And I remember like, that's what really got me to doing it consistently. And even the example of the car, I give that to a lot of people and tell them, stop focusing on shit that doesn't matter because that's literally what's going on.
Yo, or shit that you can't change, you know? Like if you can change it, then change it. You know, right? But if you can't change it, then like focus on what you can change, man. So don't let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can do. Ooh, never let what you can't do stop you from doing what you can.
That's a bar.
Yeah,
that's one of the ones you put on a shirt. That's a bar.
Thank you.
I've also seen that, you know, lately you've been trading, and just two questions to that. So, you know, so far, how's it been? I know you've been making money, but how is the transition from being really good at, you know, like, or the best at what you do, to you know, starting from zero, ground up? Like, you know, how was the transition like?
Well, first of all, Splashman, it definitely the best. Like, let's not get it.
Let's put an emphasis on that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, in case anybody was thinking that there's someone better, you're wrong. All right. And I got data to support that. All right. But as far, starting from scratch is different. You got to go through that phase, you know, where you suck. And it's okay. Like, you just gotta, like, you know, like remember that. You know, like you gotta remember that this is the part of it. And some days I lose money, and I'm like, yo, I look at it as like my it's my tuition. You know
I like that. That's actually a good
tuition. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
You gotta earn the right to make money out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Ain't nobody, man. That don't even happen in the movies. Motherfuckers come out and just good as shit. Talent is a myth. It's all about skill. You know what I'm saying? So I'm focusing on skill acquisition. Right.
That's how we became friends. That's why you even fucked with me, because I had certain skills that you knew, you know, that helped you out during those times when we're working together. If I was just a kid, I really don't think you would have just fucked with me or gave me an opportunity just because I was the Splashman. You know, just kind of there's no way.
You was a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you serious about like shit, and then like, you know, you kind of, you had expertise in certain things. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I can utilize this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see. Because I'm always looking for ways to make money. Like, oh, this kid is good at this thing. You know what I'm saying? If I help him with his goals, you know what I'm saying? Perhaps I can benefit in some way. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. And it seemed like it worked out well for both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really had Shopify down where it's like, I was good. Is, you know, I'm
you're a really good marketer, but you don't, you know, I don't think you want to be in that world. Yeah.
It's like the whole tech shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not where I like. I'm more about market psychology and sales. Like, I'm really good at sales. You know, persuasion. You know, saying compliance. You know, I'm really good at stuff like that. You know, that's where my skill set is. Now I can apply it to anything. right? So it's like a broad skill set, right? And but you had like a hard skill, right? Like one hard skill, and I was like, okay, let's use this to see how we can, and I can use my marketing on this medium, right? And I was proficient,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like I was definitely proficient. I was definitely proficient in Klaviyo and email marketing and all that stuff, But I think as far as e-commerce, like you went down this is what your readers should do. They should go down a path where they can like really get good at something. Right. And you got really good at marketing, at email marketing for
e-commerce stores. Very specific.
Very specific. Where it's like, I'm good at email marketing, but it wasn't that like I'm really good at it, but it wasn't that you narrowed it down so much, and that's valuable in that.
I think there is, because like I think there's also value when I turn down people too, because it's like if someone comes up to me saying, listen, I need emails for personal brand, and if I say no, then they're like, okay, this guy just that's all he focused on. So now, so they're like, all right, if we do need to work with the e-com, we know who to work with. And
there's someone who's a pro at something. Like I can help people in business. Like sometimes I help people with other businesses.
Give the diner analogy. You had a banger diner analogy at the podcast, and I was like, whoa, this was amazing.
It's like this when you specialize. You know what I'm saying? You become special. First of all, when you specialize, you're special. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then New York, Manhattan, right? And all the, like there's diners everywhere, right? There's diners. I don't know the name of any diner I've been to. I don't know any of the name of them. Dang. All the menus are the same. They got pretty much the same shit. You can get anything at this diner. Breakfast. You can get, pancakes. You can get burgers, steak, cake. You know what I'm saying? Some pie. Every diner, right? They selling all types of food, right? Ravioli, motherfucking spaghetti, whatever. But none of it is like special. It's fine. It's fine. Now, am I going to go out of my way to get anything from this diner? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to like tell people about this shit? Nah. They're all the same. They're pretty regular. You know what you're going to get, and they're fine. Therefore, they have to compete on price. You know what I'm saying? They have to compete on price, and they have to keep the prices low because they got to get a lot of people in there, right? Now check your favorite steakhouse, man. Where you like to eat? Where you like steakhouse?
Harbor 60 in Toronto. And anyone in Toronto knows the most exclusive.
It's the most exclusive, man. What is a steakhouse?
Yep.
All right, man. Now, what kind of steak you get out of there, man? When you go?
Filet mignon or black truffle steak. Black truffle egg and
Let's go with the filet mignon, right? Now, you go to one of these fucking regular ass diners here in New York, you can get a filet mignon. What's the difference between the filet mignon at the diner versus the one at Harbor, man?
Man, Harbor, first of all, 10 times better. And
why is it better?
Because they specialize
in that. Is what they do. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they're allowed to charge that price, right? Like that's why
they can
allowed
charge more, because they're like, when you specialize, you become special, right? So then it's like they're doing one thing really, really well, and they're like, I'm the best. They're trying to be, they're the best in Toronto according to you at that thing, right? Now, somebody who does everything is kind of like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's okay to know, like I have a lot of broad skills, just because I've been, a marketer for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're one of the only ones I know that's almost good at everything. It's actually to a point where it's like surprising. I'm like, what the fuck?
I am good at a lot of things. I have proficiency in a lot of things, but like where I excel, I'm probably the best at like sales and marketing. That's where I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm legit world class. I'll put myself against anyone, especially sales. I'll put myself against anyone.
Yeah, no, I believe that because the time I spent in New York, like most of my times I was just in your room, like listening to the sales call. And, like I said, those were the reason, I am here. I am where I am today. And actually, perfect to segue to the next topic, which is about just focus and being disciplined. And you're like one of the only ones I know who, I think when I first came to New York for the first time in 2018, like I realized what hard work is, because I've never seen anyone work that much. And then we literally chilled for a minute, and I'm like, okay, like this is what it actually takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different, right?
Right. Or even the summer where I'm saying, like, I remember we used to come in the morning, leave evening, and then come back. But it was so normal. But I felt like that was a standard you place in our head where it's like
standard.
Yeah. And then when I came back, I started slacking, but I'm like, wait, I'm used to waking up at 4:30, working the whole day, going to sleep at night. You know what I mean? I guess just talking about like, I don't know if I want to say tips, because I feel like people already know the answer and they just want to hear from somebody else. But what do you do to just stay focused, disciplined, and just work hard?
You know what? A lot of it is, discipline is like a muscle. So like, you're not going to wake up and be the Terminator, right? Tomorrow. It's like, it's kind of like you same way you can't go into the gym and just, bench press, 100 300 pounds, like the first, what is this, a bench press? All right, let me put 300 on it. Let's see what's up. You can't do that. You're not just going to come in and just work as hard as me like day one. That was something that was kind of difficult for me to understand when I had employees. Like, I kind of had to work them up there. They had to build the muscle. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes a muscle. And then it's like then once you do that, you go to capacity, you find out what capacity is. You try to keep going there. And then like, you'll get better at it. And then it was like working the way we work would be normal at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I practice with my salespeople twice a day, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Every 12 hours we practicing. Like, I don't know no one else who does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and our numbers reflect that, reflect the diligence and the hard work that we put in. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And when it comes to team, because you just talked about, you just hired some people when everybody's getting fired and the team is growing, everything's going. And I know like this is one of the topics that is hard to learn. I feel like even when I was ready to hire a team, I was looking online courses everywhere. It was just really hard to get like good information on it. Do you have advice for people? And this is what a lot of people are asking me as well. Like, do you have advice for people who are starting to build out teams and stuff?
I'm not good at it. So like, we had one person who does a lot of my operations is Amber Morningstar. I've had a staggering amount of bad hires. You know what I'm saying? So right. Nothing. So there's a balance between like working at something to get good at, but then also like recognizing what you're not good at and being okay with that. Right. So there's a balance, like now you can get good at anything, but you can't get good at everything. Right. You can get good at anything, but you can't get good at everything. So I'm like, this finance shit, I'm going to get good at this shit. I'm going to trade 2 hours every day. I'm going to study. I'm going to get the courses. You know what I'm saying? I got mentors in it. Like, I hired a mentor. Then my boy, Moneyberg, be helping me.
Shout out Moneyberg.
Shout out to Moneyberg. Anything, first of all, that's a side note. Anything you're serious about, you should get a mentor.
Yeah, I want to touch on that too and just talk about investing. So we'll talk about that.
Let's hold that on. It's real important. So I hired a mentor for that shit. And, I got my man Moneyberg, just helping out because that's my boy. But this is something I decided I'm going to master this year. This year, I'm going to master it. I don't care how much money I got to lose. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to master it. You know what I'm saying? And, but some shit I was like, nah, I'm cool. Like hiring people, I was like, I'll just hire somebody who is good at it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just found someone who's good at it and hired it, and they came from, and so like she does all my hiring.
And the thing is, they do it way better than you would have done it too. So it's like, not like you losing it. You know what I mean? I think now that I have a team and I'm understanding like the power of a team, I realized like before I was stupid to think that I can do everything because, I'm good at it. Like my email marketer is getting better than me now.
Yeah, like you got better than me at email marketing.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Now my team is better than me. And you know what? Like, that's what I want. Like, they literally, like, that's at the end of the day, like you said, even with Amber, he's way better than me at organizing shit, everything. And you know what? I don't even want to do it at that point. Like,
I'm happy with everyone being better than me at stuff. I want people who are better than me at stuff, even 100%. If it's not. Now with sales, I want to keep the standard of excellence. That's the only like 100%. Part of my business that I want to maintain the standard of excellence, because sales is just really important to me, because it's kind of like, it's one of those skills, no matter what goes wrong, no matter how bad shit gets, I got a skill I know I can use to make some money. I know I can get it. I know I can go get it. I can go get a sales job. Like, shit just got fucking awful. I can go get a sales job and get some money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a skill that I'll never stop perfecting.
Yeah, that's a skill of life. Like, not even just money, everything. I think, I don't know if you're the one, every life is sales. Everything is sales.
Yeah, man. Sales, persuasion, influence, it's for me at least, and some people might want to master some tech shit, I'm gonna be honest. I did have some natural talent there. And a lot of it came it's because my dad was in sales, and I just picked up so much shit from him. Like, I learned so much from him before, and I've been doing it for, over 20 years. like 20 years. It takes 10 years to become a world class or something. I've been doing it for 20, right? So you can do that math. Do that math. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm a master. I'm a master at it. And I got numbers to reflect that.
Yeah. And do you still have mentors for sales?
Nah, I don't. But I'll read sales books. You know, I try at least, you know, like I'm reading a lot of other books now, but I stay up on my shit like at least once a month. But you know, the best way, you know, here's something. If you really want to get good at something, get good enough to teach it and then teach it, and you'll get way better. So a lot of, if I'm being honest, me training my sales guys really helps them, but I've become significantly better from training.
Right. Yeah.
Like I've become same thing with fitness. When I was like, you know, like a trainer or whatever, I got better at fitness, you know, from teaching. Whatever you teach, you get really good at.
Right. Wow. That's actually a really good point. I gotta write that down from later on. No.
It's for them, but it's really a lot for me because it's how I keep sharp. You know what I'm saying? Stay sharp.
It was actually, you know what, like now that I think about it, I had an inner circle group recently, just like a 6-week coaching program. I just wanted to start, you know, just test something out. And you're right. Like because I have to build a lesson for everything, and I was teaching it to them, and I'm like, oh wait, what the fuck I do? Like it makes sense, you know. I'm like, oh really shit,
learn it. It's like
it's like internalized. Like I can. What I've noticed in myself in the last 2 months at least is like my ability to like speak without like practice. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things when it comes to marketing in the business that I'm in that I can go off the bat. Like I've been like very like tired and still been able to give an amazing presentation.
I give.
Yeah, that was the crazy shit too. You gotta let people know about this.
Oh, so like I don't practice or write my speeches anymore. Well, because of the topics I'm talking on, like I have mastery of it, right? So you can do that. But what I'll do is I'll walk around in circles. I'll walk around in circles and I'll write the speech in my head, and I'll go up and do it. It's a weird process because that's what I did when I used to rap.
Yeah. I
used to walk around in circles, walk around the studio, and then I would walk around it a few times and then come in and put my verses down. You know what I'm saying? It's like a weird thing because I'm dyslexic, so like I can think better than I can write.
Yeah, I don't even think people knew that you were signed as a rapper. You know,
I used to be signed to Sony Records.
That's what I'm saying, guys. He's good at everything.
I get. There's nothing I won't. Everything I want. Listen to this, Splashman. All of that comes from this. Is how I look at life. Life ain't just gonna give you what you want.
Facts.
It ain't just gonna give you shit just because you want it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna grab life by its fucking neck. Splashman, I'm gonna grab life by its fucking bitch ass neck, right? Throw it against the wall, slap it in the motherfucking face, and make it submit to my demands. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to beat life into submission. And I do that with the work ethic. I do that with the grind. I do that with the hustle. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't take no for an answer. I don't look at defeat. You know what I'm saying? You
don't victimize yourself either. You just said you're dyslexic, but you never use that as an excuse to why, you know, you might not. You're like, I hate
find a way to win. You got to find a way to win the winner. Okay. Like when I was dyslexic, right? I had dyslexia, like really bad. Like it's awful. I kind of write, maybe if like, you know, the way I write, it'd be the way, you know, if there was like maybe a baby who like maybe just got out of prison.
Baby that just
got drunk as hell for the first time and did acid and decided to start writing. That's what my writing is like.
That's a really, really very descriptive.
So I was like, I had a lot of trouble in school. So I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to learn to pay attention. I just sat in front of the class, every class, and I just paid attention. I took notes, even though the notes weren't good. The act of writing like made me pay attention more, like instead of wandering off, because I also have ADD, right?
Right.
So like if I don't write, I'll like, my eyes will glaze over and I'll stop thinking. So like I write just to keep myself engaged. I noticed that physicality was real important. That's why I have standing desks. You know, it's like you got to stand in desk too, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So I keep myself active. And then I noticed if I paid attention, I built the skill of remembering what I heard. Built the skill of remembering what I heard. And it's a practice. It's not like a gift. It was just practice, you know. And I got to the point where it's like, yeah, I didn't study at all. Right. I didn't study at all or do the homework. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get A's on all the tests. And then it became that I just paid, go to all the classes, pay diligent attention, and just ace the test.
Right.
And I'll take the L on all the fucking homework and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, that's how I got all, and I graduated from high school with that method. I graduated from high school with a 3.5 GPA.
That's crazy.
But I still wouldn't have gotten to school I wanted to had I not. No, this is not advice. I did LSD the day before, the day before I took the SATs, man. And I was like, listen, I'm just gonna take this shit again anyway. I was still kind of fucking high. Right. Like not all the way high, just like a little bit. It was still in my system. Yeah. And I took the SATs and I got a remarkable score. Like it's just a remarkable score.
Guys, this is a story, not advice.
This is not advice. I don't think. And I tried to I was like, well, fuck, if I did this shit on LSD, man, maybe when I take that shit sober, I'll crush it. Nope. Pitiful. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna use the good scores. The LSD scores. And I got in school I wanted, and I used it. And I didn't care about my grades in college because I knew I wasn't going to get an MBA. So I went to business school. I was like, same process. I'm just going to pay attention in class and do shit else. You know what I'm saying? How much is that paper worth? What percentage of your grade? If I could fail all the homework in the papers, and if I can fail all the assignments and ace the test and pass, and get a C in the class, then that's what I did.
Yeah.
So it's more like focusing on your strengths is what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to focus on your strengths.
Yeah. And sometimes also I think just look at the opportunity cost of it too. Like, all right, am I going to spend all the time doing this? Or hey, you know what? The objective is this. I don't care about getting an A.
Nah, I just want to get out
any way possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to get out. I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur in some capacity. Well, I thought I was going to be a rapper, so I was like, I just wanted to get out. And I say, as soon as I graduate, I'm gonna get a record deal, Sony Records, and I went all out to get that record. I performed every open mic, right? So practice, getting good at something takes effort. Right. So I went to studio every day. My boy, we set up studio.
These are hours and hours for everything you ever
hours. I wrote every day. I wrote every day. Even if it wasn't I wasn't even working on a song, I would write just for the practice.
Right.
I would write a song a day just for the practice. I went to every open mic, rap battles up and down the East Coast. Every time there was a rap battle, I don't care what city you was in. If it was driving distance, I was there. Sometimes I got booed. Sometimes I lost. Sometimes I won. You know what I'm saying? It's but it was more it's practice. It's not even I stopped thinking about shit as individual events as success and failure. I started thinking about shit as skill acquisition.
Wow. Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Just okay.
So removing the outcome of it, it's just hey, it's experience.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I lose money in the market, it's was I better than I was yesterday? Less. You know what I'm saying? Am I making some progress?
Right.
You know right. And so I went to every rap battle. I performed. I opened up for Kanye West before his first album came out. I opened up for LL Cool J. I opened up for fucking these are everybody who's big in 2003.
Yeah, this is back when they were the Drake.
Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? Ludacris had a double platinum album. He was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And all these motherfuckers, that were big around the time. And then I started getting a little buzz, and so I got a list of every A&R. The people who hire people at regular, who would sign artists, and I sent them the drink that all the rappers drink. It was called Hypnotic.
The blue hip drink.
I sent them all a box. Right, I had some money because I was hustling. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that right now, but I was hustling. I'm always going to get money.
Always working.
I'm always going to get money. All right, so I hustled up some money, and I mailed them all. A bottle of Hypnotic with my demo tape, as many as gone, and I with my sheet, all the people I opened for, all this shit, and then I got to win Sony Records. They started paying attention. Somebody from Sony started paying attention, so showing up, went to some of my shows. I did a show in New York, opened up for Ice-T. Ice-T wasn't even popular right then, but he was doing some legacy act shit. Sorry, old school, but they all right, this motherfucker. All right. And then, got the record deal with Sony Records. It didn't work out, that deal. Now, if I still wanted to, I would have kept going because I'm relentless. Right. But when I got into the industry, I realized, oh, you know what? I know what it's going to take. And I realized, this is, I don't want to do what's necessary to accomplish that goal. And that's okay. And that's why you hear me bitch about it, because it was a deliberate decision to quit. And it's okay. That's okay when you realize it's not worth the effort is not worth But then you got people who complain about, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put my effort elsewhere.
Right.
Like I realized, like, yo, I don't even think I want to be Drake. Like Drake can't go to fucking CVS.
Man, so we were driving by his house. Even like, you know how some houses have fences and you can't really see it, but when you're driving by, you can see the houses. He got reflective shit, so you can't even see inside of the fence. Like, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to live like that.
Yeah, and then the security.
Then I just didn't like the music industry. I didn't like the people involved, and I was like, man, I gotta be cool. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something different, and then and it's worked out for me. I like making a few million a year and still be able to like travel wherever I want.
While living in a penthouse.
Living in a penthouse, Manhattan, you know what I'm saying? Rolexes, covered in diamonds. And I like covering myself in diamonds and Louis Vuitton, you know what I'm saying?
That's not a stopwatch, right?
No, this is rolling, not a stopwatch.
That's just, all right, man. I just want to know. I just want to know.
This will never stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man.
Yeah. What's like
rolling right back on my wrist? I got money. I got it. Eric, he gave me a gift.
Ooh, bars.
What's that shit? That J. Cole song.
J. Cole, Middle Child.
Yeah, it's the Middle Child.
Middle Child.
But yeah, so like it's okay to give up. Like honestly, it's okay to change your mind. I don't even say give up. Like change. It's okay to change your mind. But it's the shit that you really want, that you gotta have, you gotta be relentless. And I just wanted to be successful. Rap was just a vehicle.
Right, 100%.
So it's okay. I changed the vehicle. That's all.
Right. It's actually crazy. Like while we're having this conversation, saying all this, I'm remembering like some of the first times you tell me this. So I remember like literally this lesson. I remember like walking from school to home and like you saying, I want to be a doctor when I was younger. You know what? I made peace that I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do the work anymore. Yeah. And then that's the thing. I think I remember that's what like kind of led me to quit a lot of things that I was pursuing because I didn't want to seem like a quitter.
Yeah, it's okay to change your mind. Once you get more information, it's the mark of a fucking mature person to change their position once they get more information.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is the mark of maturity, right? It's just stubborn. Like I realized to your point, like there was a point I thought it'd be cool to be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Show up Dr. Carter, you know what I'm saying? Bitches show you love, you know what I'm saying? You can do it. And then, everybody fucking respects a doctor, And doctors like they make decent money. I mean, not as much as me, but they make
Yeah, that's all facts. No, not even the
But then I was like, fuck, I got to go to school for 8 years.
Yeah.
Then I got, maybe over $250,000, $500,000 in debt. And I got to get good grades in school. So that's going to take for me, right?
Yeah.
Get into med school, I got to get great. Then after that, I got to get my residency. I got to do my residency where I'm not getting paid a lot, but I still got these college debts, and that's going to be another four years maybe. Then I can be like a low level doctor. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Being a doctor ain't worth it.
Right. I feel a lot of people need to do that more in their life. Audit. Yeah, I think more people need to audit their life. Like, I don't know why. I had this realization recently with this whole marketing world because, getting into this, I mean, same thing like you said, I realized that I want to make money and just be successful at the end of the day. Like, I don't really give a shit about emails, marketing, like, because I got so deep in the world at one point where, I'm like, shit, I would love to be, I don't know, Frank Kerr, and then you really look at it, I'm like, am I really trying to be like talk about marketing all day, like this nerdy shit? Like, nah.
You could. You could do it, but if you don't want to, if you want.
Yeah, I realized, you know what, I'm not willing to put in the work to get to that point to be a marketer.
Okay.
And then also don't want to be that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, and it's like it's okay to make that decision. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, ask Trilson about this because he used to want to be an actor, like until recently.
Oh, he had that epiphany.
Ask him about that. And he's like, man, do I really want it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want him to share that story for sure.
Ego shit, or is it just some ego shit? Like I was like, yo, I don't really want to be a rapper. I love the art form. I love the music. But I don't want to be in that world. I don't want to be famous like that. I don't want to do shit that rappers have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's
you got a target on your back too nowadays. It looks like no one.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers trying to run up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It wasn't for, but it's not for me, right? If it's for you, then cool. That's cool. Do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%. I guess now we can touch quickly on the mentors, like we said we're gonna talk about. So I've been, like we started this call by saying, you taught me everything. I gave you credit for everything. And I've been telling people the importance of mentors and the importance of investing in themselves. But, most people think that I'm just saying that because I want them to buy my course.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not fucking true.
Those people are stupid and they don't know enough about success. Maybe they'll learn one day,
Yeah, that's why I want someone else, that's not me. Just say the same thing. But
the easiest way to acquire a skill. All right. So let's imagine you got to try to acquire a skill. Skill acquisition is difficult because you got to suck at first. And if you got to figure out why you're making mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And you got to do it and have to do it on your own is very difficult. And to make matters worse, it's very difficult for humans to self-assess.
Right.
Right. So, I took advantage when I was trying to learn how to play guitar. Right. And I was learning YouTube videos and buying books and trying to learn on my own. But, and I was getting better. I was making progress, but it was slow. Then I hired a teacher to teach me, you know what I'm saying? And he would be like, oh, just do this instead of that. Like real simple shit. And I made more progress in a month than I had made that whole year just because I had an expert showing me how to do it. Yeah. And I felt stupid for trying to do it on my own, because how much time did I waste? You know what I'm saying? And you might say, oh, it cost me money, right? But it's like, if you look at, I look at time in terms of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I look at time. So like if it saves me time, that's time I can be spending getting money.
Oh yeah, that whole I tell people
we can go into that.
Screen. Yeah, we can go into that like that.
But let me finish this mentor shit, right? Like, because I need to save time. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get good fast. I want to get good fast because the faster I get good, you know what I'm saying, the faster I get good, and the faster I can start using that skill to make money. You know what I'm saying? It's just and or whatever it is, the faster I can just make progress. And if you try doing your own, that's why people quit, because they get like so frustrated because they feel like they're not getting better. They feel like they're not getting better. They're not getting any positive reinforcement, right? But if you work with a coach, you're going to get positive reinforcement all the time because he's going to be correcting your mistakes and showing you what to do different, and then you'll do it different and you'll do better. Immediately positive reinforcement, and then you'll stick with it because you're getting this positive reinforcement. You're going to keep going. But it's like if it's only negative reinforcement from like your mistakes,
you're not going to even want to do it.
You're not going to give in. That's why most people give up at most things. You know what I'm saying? Because and the coach will help you with that. People do whatever's positively reinforced, people will do, just like animals. Like animals, like negative reinforcement. What happens when you whip somebody? They stop doing whatever you know what I'm saying? Like, so you out here getting whipped by whatever goal you're trying to accomplish. Of course you're going to quit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it makes sense. It's like, it's just natural. It makes sense. Yeah. But like positive reinforcement is even more powerful than negative reinforcement. A lot of people don't know that. It's kind of like, there's a great book called Shoot the Dog, where this guy, he's out. You don't have to read it. I'm going to tell you the most important part. He was an animal trainer. He talked about training animals, and he was like, there's certain animals that don't respond at all to negative reinforcement. And one is dolphins. Well, like, how do you fucking whip a dolphin? You can't. It's in water. Like, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a dolphin in water? They are impressive, man. They are fast as jet skis. Like, you don't understand how fast they are.
Really? I've never seen one in real life yet.
They are fucking ass. I be swimming with dolphins and shit, man. I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rich. Right. But like dolphins, they are fast as jet skis. Try to fucking whip a dolphin. Watch what happens. You know what I'm saying? He'll fuck you up in the water.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace.
And they can jump. They jump fucking high. They can jump higher out of the water than significantly higher than I can jump straight off the ground. Right. They are like physically. It's probably the most impressive animal I've ever seen in person. Wow. Legit, and they're fast as jet skis. Like, it's not exaggeration,
That's crazy.
You can't whip them either. So how do you train a dolphin? You catch it doing something right, and you give it a fucking fish or some shit, and then it wants to do it more, and then you kind of keep escalating that. Then maybe when he jumps a little higher, that's when you give him the fish, right? And then he jumps that same height, you don't give him the fish. Then he jumps even higher, then you give him the fish, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, right. They keep that progression to the next point. You know what I'm saying? You can get this motherfucker to jump in a hoop. You know what I'm saying? Kiss people, like all types of shit.
There's an incentive to do that thing.
They incentivize, right? And they get the positive reinforcement. So, like, you need one thing about a coach is you need that. You need that not only from the coach, but from like whatever goal you're trying to accomplish, because he'll keep you on path. He won't let you make so many bad mistakes. And if you make a mistake, he'll correct you. So next time you do it, you'll make you'll do it right. And then you'll get that positive reinforcement, and you're training yourself to stick with it. That makes sense?
100%. And something else that someone pointed out, actually Mac Major, someone we both know.
Oh, Mac Major, what up?
Yeah, he's a G. Something that he pointed out is, listen, he said, you're going to pay anyway. So same with you in trading. If you, like I say, no mentors, no help, you would probably lose more money than what you paid your mentor. You know what I mean? I tell people
no doubt.
No doubt, right? Like
but more importantly is the time. Exactly. More important than me. Yo, man, time is money, bro. Like, I don't clean my house. I don't drive. I don't cook food. I don't do laundry. But all that shit is done. I just pay someone to do it. Let's look at it. Let's hourly rate. Right. So I keep track of every hour.
Best lesson someone can learn right now.
I keep track of everything I do that's important to me. Right. If you want to get good at something, you gotta keep track. So I keep track of the hours I trade. I keep track of the money I made and lost each day. Right. And I see if I'm making improvements and making adjustments accordingly. One thing I do is I track my income and I track my hours I work each day. And then I have a special spreadsheet for this. Right. And it shows me and it calculates my hourly rate. Now, I could just do this by hand, but it calculates my hourly rate. So my hourly rate, man, for this month is something like, fuck, I don't know if I want to say it. Fuck it. It's like 300. I'm rounding up a little bit. It's like 300, right? $300 an hour for every hour I work, right? So if I spend like, I had an immigrant come through and clean my fucking, my house. I don't mean that disrespectful word. It's just funny to say immigrant, but she was an immigrant. I don't know. It just made me smile, man. I love the immigrants. You know what I'm saying? I love immigrants because they come over. I respect her and other people because they came over and started working. She went on
100%.
TaskRabbit. She went on to, but like a lot of us, like we're born here in America. You're not in America, but like a lot of people born here, they take this shit for granted and they don't
entitled.
Motherfuckers just sit around being broke. Motherfuckers just sit around. An immigrant came over here and said, "Yo, I can. You mean to tell me I can just fucking go on TaskRabbit and clean people's houses and they'll pay me $30 an hour? Shit, I'm all over that." The bitch had fucking 1,000 reviews, man, cleaning the shit out these homes, $30 an hour. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Her minimum was 2 hours, right? So you do that math, 1,000, let's call it 1,000 by 60. What's that, man? She made
60,000. Oh, no, I'm tripping. 60,000.
Yeah, it's like 60,000. She made $60,000 in a year just cleaning houses. Come on, man. So like when I said immigrant, I ain't mean it to be disrespectful. I meant it to be respectful. And I meant it to be disrespectful to you motherfuckers who were born in America
100%.
and just sit around being poor all the time like fucking bitches. You know what I'm saying? They out here hustling. All right, so I caught this immigrant to clean my house for $30 an hour, right? And now here's the thing. What if I would have cleaned it? She spent 4 hours clean it up. She spent 4 hours. All right, my hourly rate is 300, right? So 300 times 4, bam, 1,200. It would have cost me $1,200 to clean my house. But because I paid her $30 an hour, right?
120.
Yo, I only paid 120. So I didn't fucking spend.
You didn't save 120 by cleaning before.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I spent you can look at it. I didn't spend 120, right? I saved $1,800, $1,080. I saved
not doing it.
I made, not even saved. I made $1,080, right? Because I was working. I was right here working with headphones on while this hard-working chick was cleaning my dirty-ass apartment. You know, I usually have somebody do it once a week, but it's, you know what I'm saying? COVID, I wasn't having nobody in. I had her fuck. So like I made money. When I'm in an Uber, right? I go see my son in Queens, right? I live in Manhattan, still money making Manhattan. And I will go to Queens to see my son. It's very important to me. I see him 3 to 4 times a week, right? And now it's like an hour drive, right? If let's say I had a car and I drove, it cost me $300 to get there and back. It's $600, right? But it's a $50 Uber ride. $100 round trip. You're like, damn, man, Brandon, so you need to tell me you spend $300 to $400 a week just to go see your son? I'm like, no, you fucking dumb fuck. I'm working in the back of that Uber. Working in the back of that Uber. So like because I work in the back of the Uber, right? I make $1,200.
Right. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, minus,
and people think you're ridiculous for that, but you just like it's just common sense right there. Like people think I'm ridiculous for having paper plates or like Uber Eats every day.
Man, What are you, fucking poor? Like, yo, you don't clean shit. Yo, all paper plates, all plastic.
Uber Eats.
Wait, Uber Eats, man. I take it to another level. My shit is on auto shit. I order meals. Like the meals are just done. They come every week. All my meals for the week are just done. So all I gotta do is heat it up and throw it away.
Boom.
I don't do grocery shopping, especially now. What do you order them wait in line with a mask on and then go to the grocery store? Like, yo, come on, man. If I'm gonna do that's some poor nigga shit. If I'm gonna do shit like that, I might as well just fucking go live under a bridge and do the poverty shit all the right? Because that's gonna take me like an hour or two to get the groceries. Then if I gotta cook all the food, now we talking about more hours. It's like it's retarded. It's retarded.
It's sad how many people like just still thinking that scarce way. Cause like I know it's like people with money that still do that. I'm like, bro, just get someone to clean. It's like, bro, whatever. It's gonna take me 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? Why you tripping over $50? Yeah.
Yeah, man, you ain't saving money. If it like now you got to be making a certain level.
Yeah, of course, 100%,
right?
100%.
For some of you motherfuckers, man, you actually might be saving money. You know, you don't make enough. In which case,
clean your house.
Clean your motherfucking house. Do the dishes, right? In which case, you should, you know. But like, yo, I've never turned my fucking oven or stove on. I've never turned it on. I never used the dishwasher, not once. Mm-hmm. Not once, Splashman. It's never worked. It's never used. And I'm one of the few people in New York who have a fucking dishwasher, right?
Right.
And it's like, and I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just throw the shit away. It's done. It's fucking easy. What about the environment? Listen, man. You listen to me. Man. Paper is biodegradable. Man. You know what I'm saying? And plastic, yeah, whatever, man. Surfs up. This shit go down, surfs up.
Oh man, this is amazing.
I gotta get this paper, man. I can't worry about everything, man. I'm sorry. I can't worry about anything. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Okay. This has been amazing so far. So before we end, this is what I like to ask a lot of people.
Yeah, ask me something.
Are there certain things you do that give you an edge over your competition? And I don't mean like just straight, business, like technical things that of course directly correlate. I'm saying the things that, indirectly correlate. So I remember you saying it on a podcast that you didn't even want to show the book, Stress Less, Accomplish More to Your Competition.
Yeah, I meditate every day,
right.
Like, so here's something I tell my salespeople all the time. The decision people make are based off the emotions they feel at the time they make the decision.
Right.
Okay. The decisions people make are based off the emotions they feel at the time they make the decision. So if you're really fucking pissed, right, you might make a decision that you wouldn't make in a normal, calm state, right? For example, this door, there's 2 holes in that door. Why? Because I was really angry and I punched 2 holes in that door.
Right.
Fucking He-Man, right? I wouldn't make that. I'm not in a state where I would make that decision, but I was really angry. Like people get killed. Mm-hmm. People forget that OJ, you know what I'm saying? When they talk about OJ, they forget that like she was killed in his house with another dude. Right? When I look at it through that lens, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. The decisions people make are based off the emotions they feel at the time they make.
They make you act irrational for sure.
So it's like it's very important for me. I'm not perfect at it, but I try to do the best possible to control my emotions. Mm-hmm. Right. So meditation is one point. I'm also bipolar. I've been diagnosed with bipolar too. So it's a little more difficult for me. You know what I'm saying? So I actually track my mood every 2 hours. I have a fucking app. I track. It's called iMood Journal. It's free. You know what I'm saying? No endorsements, man. No endorsements. You want, but in case I did, you can edit that out if you don't want to endorse my podcast. But like, it's so every 2 hours I track my mood on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being it's like, yo, 1 is like, yo, I'm actively planning a suicide, right? 10 is like, yo, fucking the Bulls just won the championship and I'm hugging the trophy. You know what I'm saying? I'm celebrating. I'm like Drake with Toronto. Like I'm right. That's exaggeration. But like 10 is like, saying some like, oh, I just made $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I just made a lot of y'all may never feel that feeling. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like.
There's levels to this shit.
I do that shit all the time. That's regular for me. I did it mad times. So I know exactly how that feels, right? And what I do is I see where I'm at, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, there's other things that'd be a 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Day my son was born, that was a 10. You know what I'm saying? Fucking blowjobs a 10. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Depending on how bad she is, you know, right? Like it's and how well she did it. You know, skill acquisition is very difficult. You know, and and so like those are the things, right? And I applied it throughout so there's two. You start getting data over time, or you start getting data, and it's like, okay, when something's real bad, I'll mark why. I can do it in the app, you know what I'm saying? And then over the course of week, when something's really good, I'll mark why, you know what I'm saying? Like above average. And what happens is my averages start to go up because I start like getting rid of the things that are bad. Sometimes it's like certain people, sometimes certain situations, sometimes it's girls, a lot of times it's girls, you know what I'm saying? Like certain, and I like, all right, I got to kick this bitch to the curb. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to kick this person out of my life, man, because they fucking with my mood. And you fuck with my mood, you fuck with my decision-making ability. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And my decision-making ability is going to fuck with my money, right? You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep, so like if I look at it right now, so like in 2019, my fucking average, this is called like your baseline state. There's two sorts of states. Your baseline state is like what you are on average.
Right.
And then you have your momentary state, and that can change. That changes all the time throughout the day. Like, that's why it's so weird when people talk about like, oh, I just want to be happy. It's like, it's stupid because like happy, you know, it's going to change throughout the day. It's malleable.
There's so much things you've taught me, and I feel like you have to touch on this point because you blew my whole fucking life away. I remember,
happiness comes and goes. It's a feeling. It's
you're right, literally.
You know, emotions change all the time. Emotions change all the time. You can change emotion. Emotion changes all the time. So there's no such thing as being happy, right? You know what I'm saying? Because one day, you know, I've seen millionaires cry and I've seen fucking poor people dance in the street, you know? Like I see, you know, but your baseline happiness level, you want to raise it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like last year my baseline happiness was 6.2. Like I told you it was a rough year. You know what I mean? Still made a million. But like, you know, this year, like it's like right now for the last month, it's 7.6 baseline happiness out of scale of 1 to 10, which is pretty good.
Wow, yeah, significant increase too.
A significant increase, and that's like, you know, just doing this exercise, you know, like and doing it all the time, and just keeping track of it, keeping the data. Like if you don't know,
you can't measure, you can't manage. Right?
You can't measure. So like if being happy is important, right, then you need to measure it. And what makes you happy? You need to take stock.
I actually have a quick story about the iMood journal. That actually is what led me to move out because I was doing that. I was doing the iMood journal. I kept on looking at my low points, and it was all when I was at my parents' crib, all something to do with the family, small fight, right? And I was like, all right, it's probably best for both of us if I just leave. And you know what? It has been way better for both.
It's been way better, right? You know, so like you can look at your averages. You can look at your average. Then you can go like see. Now, I used to do this with a pen and paper. You know what I'm saying? Because I said, I struggle with depression. You know what I'm saying? My father shot himself in the head. It's probably genetic. You know, and I was diagnosed with bipolar too, right? So I used to do this with pen and paper before the iPhone was invented, and I would like graph it out on like a little like notebook.
That's crazy.
In my pocket, and then I would see where the highs were and see where the lows was, and try to do more of them. Try to do less. And one thing I did notice was that when I work hard and I accomplish a lot in one day, like I'm happier. You know what that is, Splashman?
Yeah.
Because like when you do what you say you're gonna do, and you're doing the stuff you know that's like good for you, what happens is you start to like yourself more. You start to respect yourself more. You know what I'm saying? It gives you more like confidence. You know, you start to trust more
self-confidence. You trust in yourself more. We're actually talking, David, the guy I had on yesterday who does stocks. He said the same thing. He's like, so many people tell themselves they're going to do something and then they don't do it. But then all that's doing is like losing trust in your own self to do anything.
Exactly. It's like, and it fucks with your self-esteem and your confidence.
Right, 100%.
And so like you got to have a certain level of integrity that you like certain shit that you abide by. Like one of my shit is like I never lie on a sales call. Like, I never lie. And you know, if I did lie, and even if I got the sale, right, it would be like I wouldn't like myself, right? It would do something to my self-concept. And it's really good that you have a really fucking strong level of of self-confidence or like a high opinion of yourself, because not everybody's gonna have a high opinion of you, right? And if your shit is rock solid, then they can't affect you. But if your shit is flimsy, then they might say something, it'll hit you, it'll hit you different. You know?
Right, man. That is so true. Anyways, this has been an amazing podcast, man. I'm so grateful for that you actually took the time out of your day, because I know you could have been making money. You know what I'm saying? Could have been making money. We came on the podcast. Thank you so much again, Brandon.
Hey man, man, it's like, some of the people, like, when it's people, the people in my circle, the people I care about, it's like, yo, I ride for my niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, one of my boys asked me something, I'm gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may not be immediately, but because like I work off a calendar. There's nothing calendar. Like, I live out the calendar, and so like yo, I told you to hit up Trillstein, put it in my calendar, and I'm gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna show out. Ready.
100%. Drop all your links and tell them more about, I guess there might be some personal trainers watching. Go ahead and just tell them about what you do.
We didn't even talk about my business, but what I do now is, like, I built a 7-figure business in 2008 during the last recession. I went from being homeless. You know what I'm saying? I slept in my car and showered at the gym and shit, like right after my dad fucking shot himself in the head. And it took a lot of work, to figure out how to do it. It took a long time. And I figured out how to build a 7-figure business. And a lot of that, because I had some mentors at the time, honestly, that really helped me. And I figured out, I kind of mastered the business of fitness. Like, there's a lot of people with a lot more followers than me, a lot of people with a lot bigger, a bunch of more shit than me, but they don't make more money than me, right? They don't make more money than me, you know what I'm saying? Because I figured out the business, I'm saying? Marketing, just because you're a good marketer doesn't mean you actually got a legit business, right? So I figured out how to monetize the fitness industry. I mastered it, right? And now I teach trainers how to do that, how to build your own fitness business. My average trainer, my average student who joins my program, he makes 5 to 10K a month, starting with zero, within the first 12 weeks. And
that's based on data. I know for a fact you're talking based on data,
man. We all just be saying shit.
Be saying shit. Come on.
And you can see a lot of testimonials. I post them on my Instagram all the time. If you look at my IGTV, I do interviews with my students. It's out there. You see it. And you don't need a big following.
Right.
You don't need to have a website. You don't even need to be certified or have a lot of experience. All you got to do is, like, you be a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? Really have a love for helping people accomplish their fitness goal, because that was like my first love. Something that I really fell in love with when I was younger. And if you got that, man, the work ethic, man, I can help you. I can help you build a 6-figure business. Just hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram.
We'll put the links below at King Keto too. But
that's the best way to get. There's no website for my program. Right? That's the thing. It's like, you can't just fucking go. You can't just go buy it. I don't work with just anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Then I'd
have pussies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to, like, join my program just because they got the money, and it's like, then they fucking up my averages. I don't let just anyone in. I got to talk to you. I got to make sure you a good fit, and then we can see what's up. You can't just buy it. And the reason I can do that is, because I specialize, right?
Right.
Taking it back there, I specialize. I'm really good at helping trainers build their online fitness business. Like, I'm best in the world. No exaggeration. I don't think anyone's arguing that.
100%.
I don't think anyone's out here speaking to the contrary. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even got to say, the results speak for themselves. The results speak for themselves.
You know what I'm saying? But I could help other people with businesses, right? Like, I help you with your e-commerce business.
100%.
I help my boy Moneybird make like over $1 million with his product launch that had nothing to do with fitness. But because I specialize, so it makes you special. Same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm sure that whoever makes that, the chef who makes that steak, I'm sure he can make some bomb ass pancakes too if you put his mind to it, right?
Right.
Better bad, but it's like, would he be special if he did everything? Nah, he does one thing really well.
Facts. Wow, that's an amazing way to end off this podcast, man. Thank you.
You know
so
what
much.
it is, Splashman. I told you.
Heard?
I told you I was gonna show up.
Yes, sir. And showed up with the heat. The heat, straight out the heat. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Go follow Brandon on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Bye. That is it for this episode of Keeping It Real, everybody. And if you guys did enjoy this episode, I just ask for a small favor, and that is to share this with someone that you know would benefit from this podcast, as I really want to grow this community and this podcast through word of mouth. right? From you guys sharing it or telling someone to mess with this podcast or listen to this podcast or posting us on Instagram. And by the way, guys, if you do post us on Instagram, please use the hashtag Keeping It Real and tag me at Splashman PB, just so I can see it, just so I can, stay connected with the family and interact with some of you guys. But yeah, like I said, if you guys want to keep in touch with me, my Instagram is at Splashman PB. If you guys want to check out my YouTube, where I drop amazing content and amazing value as well, just search my name, Parikshit Busnit, and my channel will appear. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.